Hello and thanks for joining us for the news at 10 on NTA News 24. We are reaching you live from the nation's capital city, Abuja. I am Dennis Adigunloye. First, the headlines. Zamfara governor praises battle against crime and criminality in the state. Thanks, Mr. President, for successes. Federal government launches new identity solutions for safer enrollment of persons in pandemic era. Plus, House of Representatives urges Ministry of Health to step up efforts in stemming tide of cholera in Nigeria. We'll begin at the State House, where Governor of Zamfara State, Bello Muhammad Matawale, has expressed formal appreciation to President Muhammadu Buhari for approving the ongoing military operations and other critical measures aimed at putting an end to banditry, kidnapping, and other acts of criminality in his state. Speaking to newsmen after meeting the president behind closed doors, the governor confirmed that significant achievements have already been recorded in the battle against crime and criminality.
A lot of security personnel that were deployed to Zamfara State, and they are working seriously in order to curtail the problem of this insurgency. And we thank God it's yielding a lot of result. We recorded a lot of successes. People have been killed every day before and been kidnapped, but today, alhamdulillah, we have succeeded. We don't have much issue in Zamfara State.
Why have you ruled out the possibility of dialogue with them?
Because they have deceived us. We thought it's something that we can continue, but later they will understand that they have deceived us, so I have to back out from that, and we have to fight them to the logical conclusion.
Zamfara State Governor speaking on the successes so far recorded in the fight against insecurity. Meanwhile, former Minister of Aviation Femi Fani-Kayode has defected to the All Progressives Congress from the People's Democratic Party. State House correspondent Adam Sambo reports that President Muhammadu Buhari formally welcomed Chief Fani-Kayode to the governing party.
Hitherto regarded as the foremost critic of the president and indeed the governing APC, Chief Femi Fani-Kayode was received by the Nigerian leader behind closed doors. He was accompanied to the State House by the chairman, caretaker, and extraordinary convention planning committee of the APC, Governor Mai Mala Buni of Yobe State, and his Zamfara State counterpart, Bello Muhammad Matawale. After the engagement with the president that lasted about 30 minutes, the chairman, APC caretaker committee, and Yobe State Governor Mai Mala Buni spoke to newsmen.
We are here to present our newest member of the party to Mr. President and leader of the party, Chief Femi Fani-Kayode, in appreciation and understanding of Mr. President's vision and magnanimity.
How did the president receive him?
No, he received him very well. And, Mr. President is a magnanimous leader who shares his vision with anybody who is looking towards greater Nigeria. So he's happy and he received him very well. He commended his courage.
Why APC, sir?
Well, why not? The point is that I felt that this was the appropriate time to do the right thing, to put Nigeria first, and to appreciate the efforts that have been made, particularly in the last couple of years, in terms of security, fighting insurgency, fighting terrorism, and most importantly is the appreciation of the fact that we must remain one as a nation, build bridges, work together to move the country forward. It's very, very important for us to appreciate the fact that when we see that there are good things that are happening, we appreciate those good things. It's not always negative. And when the time is right, we change direction to join forces and join hands to move the country forward. And doing this doesn't mean we're enemies to anybody. And those that want us to end up fighting one another in a war will be put to shame. And there are people that think like that. And that is what informed me to come here to meet Mr. President. He was very gracious. He was very good to me today, spoke so well. And it's an honor for me to be here. And we will move the country forward together. together.
What will you be telling those that will criticize you for criticizing APC in the past and now you're in the past?
I'll say that the only thing in life, the only constant thing in life is change. You can't hold me to what I've said in the past if circumstances change. And I will always bow to superior argument and logic. For me, the primary cause today, and let me say this, there's no way I will renege on my fundamental core values and principles. Anybody that knows me will tell you that. I believe in certain things, how the country should be moved forward. I will fight for that from within this party to ensure it's done. I believe in fairness and in equity. But the most important thing for us today is this. We must not allow our country to fall apart based on disagreement and misunderstanding amongst one another.
I am part of all the process, and I thank God for his courage. A very reputable person and a man of his word. He promised that he is going to come together with me. But due to some circumstances, when I come in Zamfara, he intended to do his own here in Abuja, which today we are here, and he has fulfilled his promise.
Chief Femi Fani-Kayode, who said he was instrumental to the defection of some PDP governors to the APC, gave a hint that many others are on their way into the governing party. From the State House, Adamu Sambu, NTA News.
President Muhammadu Buhari has made a strong representation to the Federation of International Football Association, FIFA, to see Nigeria as one of its greatest assets in the development of football and consider Nigeria a priority in its plans for support and investment. This was while receiving president of the World Football Governing Body, Gianni Infantino, on a courtesy visit. Here is State House correspondent, once again, Adamu Sambo.
Accompanied to the State House by CAF President Patrice Motsepe, President Nigeria Football Federation Amaju Pinnick, and Sports Minister Sunday Dare, the FIFA President Gianni Infantino presented a branded football case, FIFA banner, and jersey number 10 to President Muhammadu Buhari. This is in appreciation of his genuine commitment to the development of sports, especially football in Nigeria.
President, humbly, I thank you for everything you are doing for football in this beautiful country. We need Nigeria to lead the football movement in the world. We are now debating in world football how we can increase the participation and the frequency of world competitions to have Nigeria, both the Super Falcons and the Super Eagles, playing at the highest stage against the best teams more frequently, because only if you play against the best, you can show them that you are better.
When Nigeria wins, when the Super Eagles wins, they don't only give pride to the hundreds of millions of people in Nigeria. They represent the more than 1.3 billion people on the African continent. They've made us proud, and they have the potential to win the World Cup.
President Muhammadu Buhari described football as a major tool of national unity, saying the hearts of Nigerians beat as one anytime the national teams are playing a football match.
As a government, we have also shown a great deal of commitment to the game, not only by funding, hosting, and participating in international competitions, but in creation of a conducive environment for its growth and development. Nigeria has also keyed into the global norm of football as a major business. Our recent reclassification of sports as business instead of just recreation opens up a new vista for more private investment.
He said apart from adopting football as a national asset, his administration has also approved the unveiling of a committee to draw up a 10-year football development master plan aimed at improving the fortunes of the game internationally.
The government is equally focused on using football to the development of the girl child. The Aisha Buhari International Football Tournament, which just started, could not have come at a better time. This women's football competition is a noble idea here, and I am sure exciting in its execution for our women folk and lovers of football.
We thank FIFA for approving this competition as a ranking competition and believe it will go a long way to help in developing the women football, not just in Nigeria and Africa, but in the entire world.
The Aisha Buhari International Invitational Football Tournament, for which the FIFA delegation is in Nigeria, has as its theme, Playing for Good. From the State House, Adamu Sambo, NTA News.
Meanwhile, the First Lady of Nigeria is optimistic that the Aisha Buhari Invitational Women Football Tournament, currently taking place in Lagos, will serve as a tool for promoting women empowerment, particularly in football and other sporting activities. This was when the FIFA presidents paid a courtesy call on the First Lady in Abuja on the sidelines of the Women Football Tournament, organised by her foundation in collaboration with the Nigerian Football Federation. State House correspondent Aliu Kabir reports.
The advocacy of the Nigeria's First Lady Aisha Muhammadu Buhari of empowering women and youth has remained a vehicle for engaging them into gainful ventures to support themselves and their families towards complementing government efforts. This time, the First Lady has resolved to get involved in football as a unifying agent to reaching to the target. Receiving the FIFA President Gianni Infantino, who was accompanied by the CAF President Patrice Motsepe and other members of the Football Global Organizations, the First Lady said this initiative will serve as an instrument of empowering women to break a barrier and creating a path to attain to their full potentials.
I believe that through football, we have an opportunity to influence behavior and increase positive attitudes towards gender equality and development. The girls that choose football as career have escaped poverty and will surely make a success out of life. The benefit of their choice will surely cascade from the players to the coaches, administrators, officials, and family members to the society.
The FIFA president has commended the First Lady for her support towards the sport development and all endeavors in Nigeria and across the globe, particularly issues affecting women, youth, and children.
So to be the mother of the nation is a big responsibility, and you take this responsibility in a very, very, very beautiful way forward, inspiring all women and also all men, all boys and all girls of this country in an incredible way. This competition, which is just a symbol of what we can do, the ABC of the symbols, the Aisha Buhari Cup. And it's a first step of many more activities that we can do here.
The First Lady reaffirmed that she will not relent in her advocacy onto the challenges facing the girl, child, and women in Nigeria and on the continent are identified and addressed. From the State House, Aliu Kabir, NTA News.
Encouraging more women football competitions will enable young girls to develop their talents and achieve stardom. This was the summation of football enthusiasts as the Aisha Buhari Cup entered day 2 with Morocco defeating Cameroon. Samuel Johnson reports. All right, apologies for the loss of audio in that report. If we get it, we'll bring it to you later on. You are on to the news at 10 on NTA News 24. Ahead on the news. House of Representatives urges Ministry of Health to step up efforts in stemming tide of cholera in Nigeria. This and more when we return.
Advertising your goods and services on the right channel gives you an edge over your competitors. NTA News 24 has all the platforms for your target audience. The station is on DSTV channel 419, GoTV channel 46, StarTimes channel 101, and Free TV channel 703. With our digital format and wide range, we can reach your customers in next to no time. We are eager to promote your business, goods, and services. So, partner with us for a very rewarding business experience. For more information, please call. or visit our office at NTA Headquarters, Area 11, Garki, Abuja. NTA News 24. News and more news.
Thanks for remaining with us. President Muhammadu Buhari has launched new identity solutions that will ensure safe enrollment of persons, particularly in the pandemic era. This was at the 2021 National Identity Day commemoration in Abuja, with the Ministry of Communications and Digital Economy representing the President. Victor Azu reports.
Nigerians are gradually coming to terms with the importance of the national identity number, but there's more. This gathering in commemoration of the third National Identity Day brings to fore the place of identity as a tool for sustainable digital economy and national security. So far, more than 63 million Nigerians have been enrolled. Yet, NIMSI is evolving new solutions to make it easy for more Nigerians to link in with SIM cards, especially in this pandemic era.
It will increase the confidentiality and privacy of your number significantly, because it allows you to do many activities online without going anywhere physically.
To capture people without touching anything, in line with the COVID rule. So that was why we go back and into a drawing table and come up with a contactless biometric system.
The tokenization solution is another new one. It aids the use of mobile phones to achieve NIN-SIM link while ensuring privacy and data security.
The tokenization solution is in line with the efforts of the federal government to enhance data privacy and data security of citizens and legal residents.
All of these explain continued advocacy by the Director General, National Identity Management Commission, for all Nigerians to get enrolled.
A nation cannot truly integrate unless it has a unique way of identifying its own people.
And identifying the people, he says, must begin with birth registration and extend to issuance of a unique identifier through a national identification system. In Abuja, Victor Azu, NTA News.
Meanwhile, the federal government's initial directive to Nigerians to obtain the national identification number and link them with their telephone numbers has been described as a foundation for the success being recorded in the fight against banditry in the Northwest. Dauda Mohammed reports that a security expert and a cross-section of residents of Katsina State made the assertion while speaking on the significance of the ongoing nationwide NIN registration exercise before the recent shutdown of telecommunications services in 13 local government areas of the state.
National Identification Number NIN is now a compulsory requirement for all Nigerians and other legal residents. Unique digits for each individual, which is allocated after biodata and biometric capture, is obtained at any National Identification Management Commission registration center. The National Identification Number NIN is compulsory to be linked to the individual's SIM card number as a way of linking phone numbers with identification.
Had it been it contributed immensely, the perpetrators of this crime are supposed to be pushed out by this time around with this NIN registration.
Police Public Relations Officer, Katsina State Command, SP Gambo Isa, who declined to comment on the successes of NIN registration in curbing insecurity, however, suggested collaboration between National Identity Management Commission, NIMC, and security agencies as key in overcoming all forms of criminality. Coordinator, Katsina State Office, National Identification Management Commission, also declined to comment, but it was observed that registration was ongoing seamlessly. Some residents of Katsina are, however, of the belief that the national identification number has improved security in the state.
It will help, like all these bandits now. To me, I don't know, but to me it will help because it will help to trace them.
In regards to the NIN number, that it has reduced concerning the bandit or arresting of the bandit or those people kidnappers that have not seen anything.
Like all those people living in the rural areas, like villages, those are the areas that are insecure. They have many, so they should try and like open branches there that they can also enroll there.
The national identification number should ensure that their biodata is in the hand of the security agents. And the National Communication Commission, NCC, should also ensure that they have every ability or access. They give all the maximum contribution to the national identification number in easy registration of that SIM cards.
The national identification number registration is ongoing in all NIMC offices nationwide. In Katsina, Dauda Mohammed, NTA News.
I shift focus to the National Assembly now, and given the impressive onslaughts of the Nigerian Army against banditry and other forms of security challenges, the Senate Committee on Army has applauded the successes so far recorded, with assurances of the committee's continuous legislative support. Chairman, Senate Committee on Army Ali Ndume stated this during an oversight visit to the Army headquarters. Dayo Ogunshola reports.
This is the first time the Senate Committee on Army is paying an official visit to the Army headquarters since the emergence of Lieutenant General Farouk Yahya as the Chief of Army Staff. The oversight is also meant to appreciate the successes of Army against banditry and other forms of security challenges. The chairman of the committee stressed that it is important to equally acknowledge the sacrifices of gallant officers who had paid supreme price.
We want to particularly commend the effort that is visible in your fight against the banditry activities in the Northwest recently, particularly the onslaught on the boundaries in Zamfara State. We are here to urge the Army to remain focused and to keep the good work until it is over.
For the Chief of Army Staff, the Nigerian Army is exploring every available options to improve on its engagement, much as it recognizes the constitutional role of legislature.
We are not there yet, we know, but we are striving to even improve, and this term in part from the encouragement and support, including prayers we got from USA, from other.
A delegation from India had also visited the Chief of Army Staff with readiness to strengthen defense ties with the Nigerian Army in furtherance of the existing cordial relationship between India and Nigeria. In Abuja, Dayo Ogunshola, NTA News.
Meanwhile, the House of Representatives is urging the Federal Ministry of Health and related agencies to step up efforts to arrest the spread of cholera in Jigawa State and other parts of the country. National Assembly correspondent Lami Ali reports that the House, during plenary on Thursday, expressed worry over the death toll recorded since the outbreak of the disease.
Abubakar Maki raised the issue in a motion noting the devastation of the disease since its outbreak in Jigawa State.
Within 1 month of the cholera outbreak, the state has recorded over 2,000 cases of the disease and over 30 deaths, those causing financial burden on the state government, as all its resources have been channeled to address the disease.
The House called for coordinated response to the outbreak in all affected states of the country. Other motions adopted include the need for security agencies to do more to prevent further attacks on communities in Adamawa and Delta states.
Killing and destroying people's farms. Recently, over 70 farms were destroyed. The crops cut down totally.
At the moment, people of the affected communities can no longer go to farm as usual and have to pay vigilante groups to escort them to farms on specific announced dates.
Also adopted was the motion from Representative Shatima Ali urging electricity connection through the national grid to Yunusari in Yobe State.
Kanama is the only local government headquarters among the 17 local government headquarters in Yobe State that is not connected to the national grid.
Meanwhile, the House, in response to a motion raised by Representative Unyimedem, urged the federal government to comply with the principle of federal character in appointments.
Chief Commissioner of the Public Complaints Commission and Secretary of the Commission are from the same part of the country.
At the commencement of plenary, the Speaker, Femi Gbajabiamila, urged journalists to desist from what he described as yellow and uninspiring journalism, which thrives on mischief.
Ordinarily, I would not bother to rebut, if not for the fact that my thoughts sometimes there's a more airy agenda when people are falsely and intentionally misquoted.
He was reacting to reports from some media that misquoted his welcome address from recess to House members delivered at plenary Wednesday from the National Assembly. Lami Ali, NTA News.
Tax expert enjoins government to leverage on taxation to expand revenue base. Over now to Kunle Adeyeye for details on business news.
Taxation is an important fiscal policy instrument at government's disposal that can be deployed to achieve mega fund generation to promote economic growth. An effective tax revenue mobilization reduces an economy's dependence on a mono source of income. A tax consultant, Dr. Kennedy Uwundu, said taxes generally contribute to the gross domestic product of a country.
Tax, just not in the Nigerian economy, globally has become a sustainable revenue for the government. Other revenues may not be sustainable. The time I traveled to Dubai, they were not collecting tax, but recently they are not collecting tax, knowing that the tax revenue is a sustainable source of revenue. UK today is running solely on taxation. So the Nigerian government has realized that taxation is a sustainable source of revenue, and that's why you see tax becoming the talk of the day.
He also emphasized that tax policy plays the important role of maintaining an economy at a high employment level. And to the details of Thursday's tradings on the floor of the exchange. With business news, I'm Kunle Adeyeye.
President Nicolas Maduro of Venezuela has reiterated the importance of the OPEC non-OPEC cooperation in pursuing policies for restoring market stability. He stated this at a meeting with OPEC Secretary General Sanusi Marquindo in Miraflores Palace in Caracas. President Maduro praised the strength of the OPEC non-OPEC partnership in addressing oil market challenges and conveyed reassurances to Marquindo of the utmost support of Venezuela to OPEC and the historic declaration of cooperation. You're still on to the news at 10 on NTA News 24. More reports after this second timeout. Please don't go away.
Information is power. Everyone wants power. So feel powerful with the NTA News mobile app, the one-stop information center. Real news at your fingertip. Be the first to report by uploading first-hand information on the U-Report link, and be the first to know by simply clicking on any of the links on the sidebar for headlines, domestic and foreign news, economy, security, politics, sports, and more. Stream live on your smartphone and tablets and stay connected. It's pretty easy. Simply download NTA News app from your Google Play Store and you're good to go. NTA News mobile app, your access to real-time information.
Hey Lara, bịa soro anyị. Ewekwala iwe Aisha, nje corona ka dịkwa n'obodo.
I kwechisiri ike na ị gaghị eso anyị egwu ọzọ. Ekuzili ya na-atọ ọchị. Ihe niile alaghachila azụ n'etu ọ dị na mbụ.
Mana ndị mmadụ ka na-arịa ọrịa ebe ndị ụfọdụ na-anwụkwa site n'ọrịa corona.
Ihe Lara na-ekwu bụ eziokwu.
Gịnị ka anyị ga-eme? Anyị ga-eji ncha na mmiri na-agba agba na-asa aka anyị mgbe niile ihe dị ka ntabịrị anya 20. N'inye anyị aka icheta, anyị ga-ekwere enyi anyị na-anaghị ahụ anya ụkwa ncheta ụbọchị ọmụmụ. Mgbe ọbụla anyị nọ n'ezi, anyị ga-enye onye nọ n'akụkụ ohere ihe dị ka feet 6. Anyị ga-ekpu mkpu ihu mgbe ọbụla anyị nọ n'ezi. Ma ọ bụrụ na ị ga-akwa ụkwara ma ọ bụ ma uzere, were ịkara aka gị kpuchie imi gị na ọnụ gị, ma ọ bụ wee ụfụfụ kpuchie imi gị na ọnụ gị, ma mgbe ị mechara tụfuo ya ebe o kwesịrị. Nọdị n'ụlọ ya ọ bụ na onwe gị ihe bara uru ị ga-apụta n'ezi imi.
Mana ọ na-agwụ ike nọ n'ime ụlọ ụbọchị niile. Nke a adịghị mma.
Kanayo, kedu ka ọ ga-adị ime ije buru nje corona ebe na-egwu egwuregwu n'ezi? Bunye nne gị, bunye nna gị, ya na ụmụnne gị.
Ikwuru eziokwu Lara, nke a ekwesịghị.